Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. I hope you're all having a great day. Today, we go racing here in the Trucks, the Xfinity Series, as well as the Cup Series for the final four elimination race in all three series here today, where we come through into both the Trucks and Xfinity Series very safe in the point situation. Daniel Suarez, especially in the Xfinity Series, safe as he is already locked into the final four in the next episode at Phoenix Raceway there for that series now. But here we were in the Truck Series at Martinsville Speedway. We had community member of Jeffrey Slater behind the wheel of our Ford F-150 here today at Martinsville at the paperclip here now, as he was moving his way forward very early on and would eventually get up into second place here up the inside of the number 4 of Rafael Lassard. But unfortunately, that was as far as he was able to get. We come straight through to the final lap there. He got to the back bumper there of the number 18, but it wasn't going to be quite enough out of turn 4. It's still going to be an advancement into the final 4 here in the Truck Series for our team. Jeffrey Slater brings it home there in second place behind John Hunter Nemechek. So overall, very happy with the performance he was able to put up there for us now. As you see the rest of the finishing order on your screen, we'll check out the final 4 grids here at the end of the episode now as we jump through into the Xfinity Series with Suarez behind the wheel under the lights in Martinsville, where Suarez actually started on pole for this race. So it was already looking very, very promising. He's already won his way into the final 4, so he doesn't have to win in Martinsville, but he would hold on to the lead and have a commanding drive here throughout the rest of this race. We come through to the final lap here, down into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Daniel Suarez out of turn 4 is going to punch his ticket into the final 4, looking for his second Xfinity Series championship here as he crosses the line to win in Martinsville there over Roman Grosjean, Kimi Räikkönen, Allmendinger, Brandon Jones, your top 5. Ryan Sieg rounds out the top 10 there. So a great effort there from Suarez, and he is really heated up at the right time, and hopefully he can carry that over into one more episode in the next one at Homestead, Miami, or Phoenix Raceway for the Xfinity Series. There's Räikkönen as well as Allgaier in the final 4 too. Roman Grosjean as well joins that final 4 grid as we come through into Iowa. The final race of the round of 8 here in the Cup Series for us now, as we are below the grid right now. We have to make a lot of ground up here today if we want to get into the final 4 in our final season here in this career mode. We crossed the line with a 23.016 in qualifying and put ourselves up in 12th place. So already a half decent qualifying effort, and we're focusing on beating that number 84 of Chris Buescher, who starts ahead of us in P8. We're 8 points behind him coming into this race, so we have our work cut out for us, but I think we have an opportunity here to put up a really strong run here tonight in Iowa with our back against the wall there as you see the rest of the qualifying order as it's time to go green in Iowa. One race at to decide the final 4 grid for the final ever episode of our NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode in Homestead at Miami. We come into this race 8 points below the cut line. We have our work cut out for us, but I think we're up for the challenge.
Alright, Gary, this is the one that counts. Let's see if we can get us as many points as we can here.
You have a good car. Let's make it happen. There you hear myself as well as our crew chief of Latian on the radio here as we are ready to go green with, like I said, our back against the wall, 8 points below the cut line. A lot of work for us here to do tonight in Iowa. Now as immediately we got some playoff drama. Lewis Hamilton, who's only about 20 points above that cut line, starts at the back of the grid after failing pre-race inspection. So Lewis Hamilton not safe by any means here if he wants to get into the final 4 and compete for his first ever NASCAR Cup Series championship now, as the finale for the round of 8 is underway here from Iowa now, as we start up in 10th place due to Lewis Hamilton as well as Josh Berry being sent to the back of the pack. So immediately we're just focused on that number 84 of Chris Buescher. Now if we can beat Chris Buescher by more than 8 positions, we get into the playoffs, into the final 4. Well, we just passed Chris Buescher already. Around the outside we go of him as he is fading a little bit here on this opening lap. Now of course if we beat Buescher, like I said, by more than 8 spots, we get into that final 4. But if someone below the cut line like Kyle Larson or Eric Jones as well as Christian Eckes wins this race, well, next thing you know, we're back below the cut line and we have to try and beat Lewis Hamilton by about 29 positions. So we really do not want that to happen, because the odds of gaining 29 overall positions with stages and the race on Lewis Hamilton this season, very, very unlikely. Now we were going to work right off the bat here. We were up in the 5th place on these opening laps here now as we come through to lap 7 already. 10 laps remain in stage 1. Up ahead, it was Chase Elliott, our teammate of Tyler Reddick, Derek Kraus, who's already locked into the Final Four, scrapping it out there with Ryan Preece, who is currently out in front. I felt most comfortable running up on the top, so you see me trying to commit to this top, but I was losing some time here as Harrison Burton was getting to my inside, and then by the time we come through now to lap 9, he goes around me, and then as soon as that happens, a caution actually comes out for the first time here today. Nobody coming into the pit lane as we can all make it to the end of stage 1 without a pit stop being needed here. So we're going to get ready to go back green in P6 on the outside for a late stage restart. Chris Buescher currently outside of the top 10, so perfect case scenario for us here in Iowa so far. Getting ready, though, for the restart. We know anything could happen here at any time now as we're going to get ready for the green flag, which is now back out. It is just 4 laps, to go here in stage 1 as we cross the line there. Behind us, we got the Red Bull of Christian Eckes, the defending Cup Series champion, at risk of being eliminated here before the Final Four race in Homestead, Miami, as he's going to try and go around us there on the inside. Not a great launch there out of turn 2 for myself. Now 3 wide in front of us there with Burton, Preece, as well as Chase Elliott. Harrison Burton last episode picked up his first win of the season at Mid-Ohio there, a road course of all places. Didn't expect Burton to get his first and potentially only win of the season at a road course now here as we come through to these final 3 laps. Trying my best to stick with these guys. The car was feeling really, really loose on the exit and center of these corners, so I was just trying to make it to the end of the stage here and hold on to any spots we can and get some adjustments in this car now as our teammate of Tyler Reddick leads the way in these closing moments of stage 1 here now as we're going to cut through to the start of the final lap in stage 1. Now we lost a little bit of ground there to that number 9 of Chase Elliott there in P6 behind Ryan Preece is as we exit turn 2 at this point. Just bringing it home here as I clip the outside wall there now down the back straight away into turn 3 for the final time. Bubba Wallace closing in pretty quick on us, but not quick enough as we exit turn 4. No stage points for Chris Buescher or for Lewis Hamilton as we cross the line there to get P7 in stage 1. So we just gained 4 points on Chris Buescher, so obviously we are now 4 points below the cut line going into the start of this second stage. And this stage is going to be extremely important because the main goal is to at least get tied with Buescher or get ahead of him with these stage 2 points coming up here to us that are available. So making some more adjustments there to make the car tighter here for the start of stage 2 as our teammate of Tyler Reddick wins stage 1 from Iowa. One stage down and 2 more remain here, but this could be one of the most important stages of the season for us here now as we get ready to go back green here on the inside line on row number 4 behind that number 2 of Ryan Preece now as the green flag is back out. Stage 2 is underway and now it is time to get amped here in Iowa. There you have the amp segment here as we run P5 just in front of that 48, but as I say, I'm in front of him. He goes around on the inside as well, but we're going to continue to fight him on the exit of turn 4. Not many laps here in stage 2 whatsoever. You only have 15 laps at Iowa. That's not a lot of time with approximately 22 high second laps to low 23s now. So definitely not a lot of time to do anything here. Chase Elliott fading down the order as well here now as I clip the outside wall. So a bunch of drivers ahead of us in the cut line, running worse than us, which has not been a common thing here in this round or throughout the playoffs in general there. As you see myself get past that 48 of Alex Bowman, but the 83 Red Bull driver of Christian Eckes joined the party, and he drove away from me. Now as he was up towards the top 5 at this point here in the halfway point of stage 2, now on lap 10, still in about the same area. I get to the back of Kyle Busch. Actually, there you saw he goes sideways there. I'm able to get past him, and now we're side by side with that number 5 of Kyle Larson, who's in a must-win situation to get into the final 4 now, as Tyler Reddick leading the way here in stage 2 by quite a good margin over second place. He was long gone. Christian Eckes, with 2 laps to go in stage 2, had climbed up to second place. So now the concern is building. We need P7 to be at a tie with Chris Buescher here at the end of stage 2, when we are right there side by side with the 2 of Ryan Preece for that 7th position. Some contact here. I use him up a little bit on the exit of turn 4. I'm not going to be afraid at this point in the season to use up some other drivers here, trying to get myself into that next round here as we come through the center of 1 and 2. Now at the inside of Kyle Larson on this final lap of stage 2 here, side by side down the back straightaway. He has a lot of momentum leading down into turn 3. It's Tyler Reddick coming through to win stage 2, and once again we're going to get into the side of the 2 of Ryan Preece on the exit of 4. It's not going to be enough for Kyle Larson, but it is enough to beat that 2 to the line for P7, and we are officially tied for the final spot in the final 4 with Chris Buescher. Now, as of right now, off the top of my head, I don't know who would win the tiebreaker, but obviously we're going to have to go into stage 3 and just continue to do what we're doing, because right now things are looking really good. Chris Buescher really struggling. Lewis Hamilton moving up into 14th, but Buescher is all the way down in P17, having a rough race so far, setting us up very nicely here for the start of stage 3, and our chances to make the final 4 continue to increase as Tyler Reddick wins stage 2. One final stage remains here in Iowa now, as we lose 1 spot on the pit lane, drop down to the outside here in P8 as a green flag is back out, and we are underway here for the start of stage 3. 33 laps remaining here, so not a whole lot of time nonetheless. Like I've said here so far in this race, you don't have a whole lot of time to get stuff done in stage 1 or 2 or even stage 3. 33 laps at Iowa, not a whole lot of time now here. But now the goal is simple. As long as Christian Eckes or Kyle Larson picks up the win, or as Eric Jones, as long as none of them win, we are going to be okay as long as we beat that number 84 of Chris Buescher. So right now, I'm just focused on that 84 car, but I do see Christian Eckes having a top 5, top 4 car right now. So it's definitely not clear in the water for us here now, as he is going to be probably in the mix here before this race comes to a close. So we cannot be giving up spots like we are on this restart now. And earlier in the end of stage 1, I actually made adjustments to tighten up this car. That was affecting us on the restarts here. You could see how tight I was. They're struggling to get this thing to turn, especially on the exit and through the center of the corner. But on the longer run, it really kicked in now, as actually got to the back there of the 2 of Ryan Preece. He would actually drive away for a little bit here because I was just dealing with this tightness of the car. But by the time we come through to lap 42, it's starting to kick in a little bit. But Lewis Hamilton on the move up the inside of me. He would continue to move his way forward now, as I was starting to move my way forward as well. Though we got to the inside of Ryan Preece and we got past him, and then now to the inside, 3 wide just about there with the number 17 and 48 there, our teammate of Christopher Bell, but we backed out of it there, and still at least though get past that number 48 of Alex Bowman here now. And then sure enough, on lap 50, just coming to 20 laps to go, and move up the inside of our Roush LeBron Racing teammate of Christopher Bell. A little bit of contact with him as well, and getting a little bit physical here today, but I felt like it was granted at this point if we want to make sure we get into this final 4. But as it stands right now, we are in the final 4. The caution comes out with 19 laps to go. We've had a history of making multiple pit errors, not only in the season, but especially in the playoffs. I think we made more in the playoffs than the regular season. So I was honestly pretty concerned here with this caution, because I knew it was a bit of an awkward time, but I decided we're just going to do 1 can of fuel and 2 tires and hope we make the right call. We come in P8 to the pit lane and we exit P8. We made the right call, thank goodness. But my concern now was the 83 of Christian Eckes, who's about to restart P3. He has an opportunity here to take it 3 wide down into turn 1, and in a position where he's at, he has to win this race to get into the final 4. He is going to do absolutely everything he can as we are back underway with 15 laps to go, and sure enough, there it is. Eckes there just about to the left rear quarter panel, but Kraus stays out in front of him. I was a huge Derek Kraus fan at this point. I know I don't have a car capable of winning this race and running that 45 down, so I was just hoping that he could hold that 83 off, but it goes to the outside. Eckes to the lead. As of right now, we are out of the final 4 due to that number 83 of Christian Eckes leading the way. Now as I cut off my teammate there in the 17 of Christopher Bell there and go up the inside of Kyle Larson, I know that even if I don't have a car capable of winning, this is my best opportunity to gain a bunch of positions there. Actually completely chopped the nose off of that number 5 of Kyle Larson. Eckes out in front, but now he goes to the top. Here comes Kyle Busch, who's looking for his first win on the season. He would take the lead from Eckes and bring Harrison Burton with him. Then I'm under attack here now, 4 wide in the middle for a brief moment now, with 13 coming to 12 laps to go, but now things have calmed down a little bit as we can see that 83 down in P3, maybe falling down to 4th place here. So now I know we're okay. We're going to be in this final 4 at this moment in time here. Now as Harrison Burton would get out in front, he is going for a 2nd win in a row all of a sudden here now, as we got Eckes on our outside here as we go down into turn 3, but it wasn't enough. He would stay out in front of me. Lewis Hamilton with 10 laps to go up my inside there as we're up the inside of Kyle Busch, and we're still surprisingly got enough pace here to get up into the top 5 as Ryan Preece is all over the back of that number 19 of Harrison Burton in that number 2 car here, trying to make a move there and get past Eckes. Couldn't quite pull it off, but now at the inside of him, but we're 3 wide in the middle on lap 62 on the exit of turn 2. Clear of Eckes. There's actually getting to the side of the 48. That was not intentional, just an awkward moment here as we go down into turn 3. The 48 goes sliding into the corner, and Alex Bowman is going to go spinning here on the exit of turn 4 with less than 10 laps to go. The caution comes out here with the final 8 laps remaining.
Oh, we just wrecked the 48.
I'm an idiot. That was on me.
Yeah, we're probably gonna need some security after that one.
And there you hear Lantion's reaction there over the radio to us accidentally wrecking that 48 of Alex Bowman as we're going to get back underway, just focusing forward here. 5 laps to go in Iowa. Things are looking perfect for us right now here as we make this dive down into turn 1 up the inside of that Red Bull of Christian Eckes. I know I'm going to have to fight him as hard as I can, but unfortunately I clipped the apron right there and ended up losing the spot to him. But Lewis Hamilton on lap 67 up to 2nd place, but we clear Eckes, and now it's just hang on to the end of this race. Lewis Hamilton with 2 laps to go would take the lead in Iowa. He started in the back. Now he's leading the way as we go down the backstretch for the now coming to the final lap. This is here as we go down into turn 3. Harrison Burton jumps up to the outside, our teammate of Christopher Bell to the inside here as he gets clear on the exit of turn 4. Our other teammate of Reddick just behind us. White flag in the air, 3 wide across the line here. What a drive from Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time F1 world champion here now, and he is going to be in the final 4 as he was already going to make it on points likely, but now he's about to win his way in anyways as we go down into turns 3 and 4 for the final time side by side with the 17. 3 wide for a brief moment. Lewis Hamilton wins in Iowa now side by side to the line with our teammate of Christopher Bell, but we hang on there to the position and we go P3, P4, and P5 for Roush LeBron Racing, and most importantly, we advance into the final 4 in the final ever season of the NASCAR Heat 5 career mode. A miserable race for Chris Buescher. He rebounded to P16, but obviously he had to beat us in the 3rd and final stage if he wanted to make it in, and it was nowhere even close to doing so. So a huge day for us here in the career mode, and just 1 episode ever remains, which is crazy to think about here at Homestead Miami Speedway in that next one there. As you can see, we ended up making it by 13 points right there, and Eckes nearly passed Buescher there on points. That's how bad of a day that 84 car had, but it's Derek Kraus, Lewis Hamilton, Chase Elliott, and myself going for the championship. In the trucks, it's Slater, or whoever's in the truck for us, as well as Nemechek, Enfinger, and Max Gutierrez there that you see on the Xfinity side of things, as well as that Cup Series playoff grid. 1 episode ever remains. Crazy to think we've gotten here. As always, if you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. Thank you all for taking the time of your day to watch this episode, and I'll see you guys in the career mode for NASCAR Heat 5 finale, not season finale, the whole career mode finale in the next one. Of course, I want to say thank you to my members of MJ, Joseph 9001, Timothy Arline, Hayes Gaming, Brett Durward, Dark Gengar Gaming, AJ Vasura, Russell Dixon, Kenneth Barnett, Dana 9302, Speed Demon 341, Ellis Emery, D Muzzy, as well as Joe Brett. I appreciate you guys' support as usual, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.